Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before I start off today's analysis, I actually want to talk about how I'm going to change a little bit of the formatting on how I do the analysis videos, because 50-minute, 40-minute, 30-minute videos are quite long and hard to sit through the entire thing of the analysis videos. So what I'm going to be doing is changing the format so that each video is actually now just going to be one round. So it's a lot easier just to watch the entire video through the one sitting, and it's pretty easy to focus on what's happening in that particular round. So starting off with Split here, we just finished watching the entirety of Bind. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. But now we're moving on NUTURN versus Vision Strikers on Split with, I think NUTURN is on the defending side, and and then Vision Strikers on the attacking side. So first thing we want to look at is the compositions, of course. So both teams running a Sage. Normally with Split, Mailroom Sage is really powerful, especially since you can wall off this area right here. Allows for faster rotations through mid to get to A versus going through this way or going through this way. These are much longer paths than just running through this way. So saves off, I think, at least like 2 seconds on your rotation every single time if you get a wall across mid. Yeah, and then Raze, super powerful on this map as well. Small, tight choke points. Those nades will stop any push that comes out of B main, any push that's trying to run up mid, anywhere coming out A ramp, A site. Like, those nades will stop the push for sure. So Raze is on both teams. Vision Strikers doing a double duelist comp though. They're running a Jet instead of having double Sentinel, other way around. NUTURN are running a double duelist comp, where Vision Strikers are running a double Sentinel comp. I like the double Sentinel comp a little bit more here, because the double Sentinel comp on a defender-sided map means that you should be winning more rounds on defense, and you're banking on the fact that your defense is going to win you this game. So we'll see how it turns out, but basically that's my path of logic. Then you got the Omen smokes. This is before the Brim buffs, so not likely you're going to see the Brim. And yeah, that is the comp. So one thing is, this composition from NUTURN is more prone to flanks than Vision Strikers, where having that recon Sentinel, not Sage, allows you to get info without having a player in a certain position. So how this round plays out first is, you can see that Solo is going to be playing Heaven, and he's going to support ramp by looking mid, while I forget who the Jet player is on NUTURN. Not really familiar with NUTURN players, but he's going to be watching lower ramp and mid A main area-ish. And the Breach is always never going to be a first contact. I always mention this, but Breaches should always be support players. That way, if this Jet tries to fight for this A main area, gets pushed off the angle, Breach can reflash for her. At the same time, I think Breach is also going to be watching the vents area. This is a easy fight to take because the inaccuracy on rope is quite bad, so no one should be coming up rope on anyone here. And the buddy system that they're playing on defense here is quite good. They've got their Sage Raze, which means the slow orb paint shell combo is going to be on the table, and then they've also got the flash and dash coming out from the Jet Tailwind plus the Breach flash points. So pairings are really good, and you always try to fight together when you're on defense. Can't stress this enough. In solo queue, in ranked ladder, like, everyone just tries to take one-on-1 duels, 1-on-3 duels, 1-on-4 duels, when you could just buddy up with another defender, play peek off me contacts. Like, person sees them first, then this person swings off that contact. So and then we got the Omen. He's probably going to smoke this off right here in the entrance of B main, so if anyone swings through the smoke, it's going to be a one-on-one for him though, because he's the only one. He's a solo player where every other player on the team is paired up. So let's watch how this round plays out a little bit. So first, I think Zest drops the Omen smoke. This is either Zest or King, not too sure who it is. Drops the Omen smoke on Mail, just threatening that they could go up to vents on them. But not working on anything. Then we got the Stacks. Okay, who are their players again? Zest, King, Stacks, RB, Zest, King, and Glow. Glow is the Omen. That's who it is. So Glow is going to smoke this off. Deter, scare them into thinking that it's going to be an A split.
This is interesting. The turret
Don't know if there's going to be a boom bot being sent down here, but I would imagine there would be. Wish we could see that on the mini map. Solo's going to start rotating over towards mid. Now they're heavy contesting mid because they see this Omen smoke. And just a solo player A, solo player B. This turret's watching for push so that if anyone pushes, these two players can fight together. Get that kill. If they get that kill, they get A site. So Glow's going to drop a smoke for cross. That way they can't be seen from sight. Screens are heaven. That's going to allow them to peek ramp. So he's going to probably have a boom bot lineup here to clear everything on ramp. So there it is. And that's going to allow them to swing out, start pushing up with that smoke. And now these three players aren't really doing anything. I don't like that. These two players should probably try to work mid as much as possible. Okay, there's the sage wall. Okay, if they were pushed up a little bit more, I think they're running. Yeah, they're definitely running. They would have heard two rotate over from mid to head over to A. And two leaving mid to A means that there's at least three players here. They should know that there's at least three players here from here and two rotate. Because you're not going to leave nothing on A. There's probably at least one on A, plus the two rotating from mid. But these guys are way too far back. Like, they're too scared, too passive, especially when you're in a buddy system. When you're in a buddy system, you can afford to go low aggressive. It makes sense that King, I think this is sitting a little farther back and not playing aggro. But they would have known that 4 rotated over. And even the Omen from NUTURN is also rotating over. And they could have just gone from mid back to B and pushed in here probably before anything happens. And even if this Omen doubles back here, it should still be a 3-on-1 with this Omen. So they miss a window here for an execution because of non-aggression on mid there. Of course, you have to respect the Sage slow or paint shell combo, Sage raise. But now there are 3 rotating back because there was no execute coming out. Might have been bad comms inside of defenders. Should be okay here. So back to the same dancy. Okay, Stacks is bringing the bomb over to A, so it's gonna look like an A hit here, and Zest is probably gonna do this fake towards B. So it's gonna be the wall, and the paranoia is probably gonna come out from this Omen. Yep, there it is, and that's gonna force him back. He's gonna re-smoke B main. Knows the timing on his smoke. That was perfect. And yeah, and he's gonna call it off, and he's gonna tell them it's gonna be a hit. Okay, so the rotations to start. Yeah, it's starting immediately. Good comms. But they've given up A side already, and King has got Glow has got a fat flank on them. So Glow is gonna get a 1-on-1 duel with this guy in heaven, and this guy should die to these 3 players on site. There's still breach flashpoints, as you can see on the bottom here. Okay, Stacks just running for the plant, and he's just gonna dry peek this. That might be grief. 13 seconds. Okay, yeah. So they're gonna lose this round. He's gonna try to get the plant down. Doesn't even get the plant down. Allow with the big 3K, which he should not have gotten if they just don't dry peek elbow there. You know one's gonna be playing A, so he's either got to be elbow screens because you cleared hell, and heaven you have Glow flanking already. So this was a very good default that came out from Vision Strikers, but the execution was bad. They can't just all 3 sit on site. So what you need to make sure is you need to take space after the plant. And the 2 areas that they needed to worry about were elbow and screens. And they had 2 flashes. They could have thrown 1 elbow, 1 screens, and probably not have Stacks plant 2. I think you toss that. Let's go back a little bit actually. So who's here? King, RB, and Stacks. In this position, I think you give the bomb to King. King plants, Stacks and RB, flash, RB swings. Flash, RB swings. And that would have been way better of an execute instead of what they have here where they just dry peek, and try to stick the plant. That was what lost them this round here. And yeah, some decision-making changes there, and they probably would have won this round. And now Zest's the only one alive, and they're probably going to let him live here. They don't want him to get money, and if he doesn't die, yeah, they're just going to run away and not try to kill this guy. Makes sense. Yeah, perfectly played by Allow there. He didn't have to do anything fancy. It was just a simple mistake from Vision Strikers, and a little bit would have been changed there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this one. Yeah, I'm just going to be doing round by round, And hopefully this format is a little bit better for you guys watching this. And yeah, let me know what you guys think.